Hello. I hope you have watched my video on the origin of the term narcissism that I have posted already, and in which I have actually briefly spoken about what is narcissism. If you haven't done so, please watch that video. I have added the link in this description of this video. Narcissism is a personality disorder which may be there to some extent in everybody, all of us. Okay, if one is self-focused to some extent, that is fine, as long as it doesn't affect others, or as long as it doesn't go to extremes. And human behavior also is not static, you see, like we can't brand anybody completely like that unless it takes to the extreme terms. So it keeps on changing due to various factors. So if we like our own selves, and if we want to be well dressed, well groomed, and we are conscious of our public image, we are conscious of our private image, there is nothing wrong. That is not narcissism. Okay, that's for betterment of our living. Now, let us try to understand what do I mean by going to the extreme. When this kind of a behavior, the self-focus or self-centered behavior becomes too much or goes to an extreme, then there is a disorder which is named as a narcissistic personality disorder. Now, this NPD, this is in short, it's called as NPD. It is a serious mental condition which cannot be taken lightly or which cannot be ignored. And in this condition, people tend to glorify themselves, and they have unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They feel they are okay, they are so special. It may be about looks. Oh, look at me, I am still so handsome, I am so beautiful, and I look good. Others are like this, constantly criticizing others just to have that feel good factor, just to give self-importance. Oh, I am looking beautiful, I am looking handsome. They'll try to put down others, they'll try to comment on others' looks and all, which is very cheap and which is very bad rather. And then, so what are the general features of a narcissist? Let us try to understand them now. They need to seek too much, attention, and constantly want other people to admire them. All the time, wherever you go, you can immediately spot out a narcissist, even if it's in a public gathering and all that. They will try to gather all the attraction, and they will try to talk in loud tone, and they will change their voice, they will change their body language. So constantly trying to seek attention, and also they want that all people who are surrounded, they have to admire them. That is a feel-good factor for them. And people with NPD generally lack empathy. Most of them, they lack empathy, and may lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. Sometimes they are just ruthless. It's a condition, they have developed that like that in them. But behind the mask of this extremely confident facade, I would call it, or a kind of superiority complex, they are often not sure of their own self-worth. Okay, they all the time feel something is lacking in them, So, and they tend to get easily upset if they are getting any slightest comment or criticism from others. They are the ones who will not hesitate to comment anything on anybody or criticize anything on anybody, but they cannot take it on them. That is a classic symptom, of these people. And NPD also causes problems in almost all areas of life, such as relationship, friendships, work, and if it's a growing up child, it's in the school or in your any family circles or romantic relationships, in marriages or in financial matters. Everywhere such people face problems. People with NPD may generally be unhappy and disappointed when they are not given that importance, they are not given that attention or admiration which they believe they deserve. Okay, and they may find relationships troubled and unfulfilling, and other people naturally will not enjoy being around them. They create constant pressure, mental pressure for others around them. NPD, according to the research facts, affects more males than females. Okay, I don't want to get into this point. It may take very long if I try to express my views. And it often begins in the teens or early adulthood. That is what the research facts say. And see, some children while growing up, they may show some traits of narcissism, but this is often typical for their age, like when they are exploring their body, when they are exploring their emotions, when they are growing up and they are slipping into adulthood. So teens is a time, but that is, we can't brand the kids as narcissists. We have to handle them tactfully, we have to handle them carefully, and usher them gracefully into adulthood, so that these kids will not develop any kind of NPD. Now let us try to understand how to identify a narcissist. See, as I always say, it's unfortunate that most people go meet these kind of persons and go through the trauma, but they often don't realize. Okay, so let us understand. They have unreasonably high sense of self-importance and require constant and excessive admiration. Already I spoke about it. And also, they feel that they are somebody special and they deserve the privileges and special treatment. That's another trait. Then next is like they expect to be recognized as superiors even without achieving anything or no major achievements. Or sometimes they will harp on their past. Now though redundant, nothing they are doing, but still they will harp on it. Oh, when I was in high school, I represented high school in soccer, and I was the lead in this, and I represented in so many debates, and I was I was heading the debates, and then MAN conference, oh, I did everything. So this is how they will talk 30 years, 40 years, 50 years back what they did, and that is today what are you doing? That realization is not there, and they may be preoccupied with fantasies of success. Oh, one fine day, like, I am so good at it, and see how I am going to do, and how I am going to succeed, and I am going to be powerful, and I am so brilliant, and and also they also might fantasize, oh, if I have to meet a girl, or if I have to meet a life partner, I should get a perfect mate and a perfect beautiful girl, because I am somebody special. So that is how they have wired their brain, and they have convinced themselves. That is NPD, So they also believe that they are superior to others and can only spend time with people or understand people who are of their own caliber. Now, what caliber they don't have, don't ask that, because that's a big question mark, because that is their fantasy. They have built up that hype around themselves that they are somebody special. So actually, if you go through the history also, mythology also, so many characters of narcissists you will find out, So I'll discuss that at some other time. Otherwise, today this video will become too long. A narcissist will always try to find fault with others, be critical of others, and also look down of people, they feel, these are not important. A person who is not equal to their status, or, who is not, they feel they are highly educated, so somebody who is not really well educated. So they try to put on others. For a narcissist, it's always that if I put down 10 people, I will become 10 times more powerful, which is a mental condition they are going through. And they expect special favors and expect that other people should do whatever they want without questioning them. Because see, they're always right, you see. So even if they take you to a restaurant, you have to keep quiet for whatever they order. If you try to say, I want this, that will upset them. You mean to say I am not doing it for you? I am ordering it for you only. I am ordering. So that is that kind of a control freak behavior they exhibit. And they take advantage of others and get whatever they want. This is again lack of empathy. So when you start behaving and taking advantage of the situation, advantage of people, when you lack empathy, because you don't see other person's perspective, or you don't see their convenience or whatever. So they have an either inability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feeling of others. This is again another classic symptom. And they are always jealous and envious of others, and they believe that others also envy me because I am somebody great, you see, and they don't like me, I don't like them. So that mode they get into, very unfortunate. And they behave very arrogant and brag a lot and whatever, I mean, they come up as conceited persons. And they insist on having the best of everything, you know. For instance, I must have my best clothes, best car, best office, and that superlative term only they put. There are so many people in the world who are much better than you and, you know, who are much enjoying their life to a great extent that they don't realize. Actually, the people just don't handle any, these people cannot handle any kind of a criticism. They perceive that any comment or criticism about them, they will immediately become unhappy or angry. Okay, and they start either there are different types of narcissism also. I'll be talking separately on that, overt and covert types and all that. So we will discuss further there. So this actually creates a problem in interacting with others, right? And they easily get upset, they easily feel slighted if anybody says something. See, you can joke around, criticize around, and you can actually put other person down, causing, I mean, you know, throwing nasty jokes at them, saying, oh, I was just joking. But if anybody says even one small thing, you cannot handle it. That is narcissism. Okay, and they experience major problems dealing with stress and adapting to change. That is where these kind of people generally give in to, some kind of abuse. It could be, you know, smoking, or it could be drugs, or it could be alcoholism. So they easily give in to that because they don't know where to go and how to say. They feel even too small to go and approach somebody to say that I have a problem or I am going through this crisis. They won't do that. They will suffer it internally and then give in to substance abuse. And sometimes what happens is they will withdraw or avoid the situation or withdraw from the situation. That is another classic symptom. And when they feel that somebody is trying to criticize me or somebody is trying to expose me, I use the word expose here rather than criticizing. Once I come to know about your intention, I'm going to talk about it. So that scare is always there. Okay, like, you know, he's going to talk about me or she's going to talk about me. That is what they go through. So this makes them avoid the situation. And also such people, they get depressed and moody easily. And I mean, you know, they have a secret feeling of insecurity, you know, shame, humiliation, or the fear of being exposed or fear of failure. So this is again a mental condition, as I told. We'll be discussing more about it. I'm making a short series only in this, like, because it's a very interesting topic and many people are not aware of it. I'm not talking of those who already know about it, but I'm talking of general public, like they may not know. So these kind of informative videos might help them. So that is the reason for doing. And by the way, in Sanskrit, do you know what is narcissism called? It is called as durahankara. Ahankara is arrogance or pride, you could say. Too much of pride is ahankara. Durahankara is arrogance. So when that arrogance sets in, you become blinded. Your focus is only on yourself and you feel. This is what happened with Duryodhana, our Mahabharata ka important character. This is what happened with Ravana in Ramayana. So they all felt they are somebody very superior and everybody should be subjugated to me and they have to obey whatever I say because I am superior. So that is narcissism. So I hope you found this information useful. If you liked, please share it with like-minded people. I'll be coming up with again another topic that is related to narcissism in my next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.